What happens when a man's desire suddenly disappears without explanation? Today we're looking into the real reasons behind a loss of sexual interest, and it's not always what you might think. While testosterone often gets all the attention, the truth is much more complex. There's actually a whole network of hormones, vitamins, and lifestyle factors that affect a man's libido. Some of these changes happen so gradually that you might not even notice until desire has significantly decreased. When a man's desire for sex starts to fade, it can feel like something is wrong with him. The body changes with time, and these changes affect how you feel about sex. Let's talk about what happens in your body. First, there's testosterone, the main male hormone that controls sex drive. After age 30, testosterone levels start to drop by about 1% each year. By the time you reach your mid-50s and beyond, this drop can be enough to make you less interested in sex. This isn't something wrong with you. It's a normal part of getting older. But here's what many men don't know. Testosterone does much more than just control your sex drive. It also gives you energy, helps keep your mood steady, builds muscle, and even affects how well you sleep. When testosterone gets too low, you might feel tired all the time, get moody more easily, and find it harder to stay in shape. All of these things can make sex feel like too much work rather than something to look forward to. The interesting part is that testosterone isn't the only thing that matters. Your body has many hormones and vitamins that work together. Think of it like a team where every player has a job. When one player isn't doing well, the whole team suffers. Vitamin D, which your skin makes when you're in the sun, helps control your mood and energy. Many older men don't get enough sun, or their bodies don't make vitamin D as well as they used to. This can leave you feeling down and tired, not exactly in the mood for sex. Your thyroid gland is another important player. This small gland in your neck makes hormones that control how fast your body burns energy. If your thyroid isn't making enough hormones, you'll feel tired and sluggish all the time. Imagine trying to drive a car with the parking brake on. That's how your body feels with a slow thyroid. It's hard to get excited about sex when you barely have the energy to get through the day. Even small things like not having enough zinc or magnesium can affect your sex drive. These minerals help your body make testosterone and other hormones. As you get older, you might not absorb these minerals from food as well as you used to. Have you checked your diet lately to see if you're getting enough of these important nutrients? Stress is another big problem. When you're stressed, your body makes more of a hormone called cortisol. High cortisol pushes testosterone levels down, which lowers your sex drive even more. Think about it. When you're worried about work, money, or health problems, sex is often the last thing on your mind. This creates a cycle where stress lowers desire, which can cause more stress about your relationship, which then lowers desire even more. Sleep problems, which become more common with age, can also throw your hormones out of balance. Your body makes most of its testosterone during deep sleep. If you're not sleeping well, you're not making enough testosterone. This is why poor sleep can make you less interested in sex, even if nothing else seems wrong. Let's look at what science tells us about this drop in desire. Research shows that about 40% of men over 50 notice some change in their sex drive. The early signs are easy to miss because they happen bit by bit. You might find yourself less likely to start sex with your partner. Maybe you still enjoy it when it happens, but you don't think about it as much as before. Or perhaps you notice it takes more effort to get excited. These small changes are often the first hints that something is changing with your hormones. Blood tests can show if your hormone levels are in the normal range. A testosterone level under 300 nanograms per deciliter is considered low by most medical standards. But here's something important. The number alone doesn't tell the whole story. Some men feel fine with lower levels, while others notice problems even when their numbers look normal on paper. What matters most is how you feel, not just what the test says. Beyond hormones, there's growing evidence that many medications can quietly lower your sex drive without you connecting the dots. Blood pressure pills, especially a type called beta blockers, are known to cause problems with desire in about 10 to 15% of men who take them. Antidepressants are another common cause, with some types affecting up to 70% of men who take them. Even some prostate medications can reduce desire as a side effect. The tricky part is that these effects often start weeks or months after you begin taking the medication, so it's easy to miss the connection. Vitamin B9, also called folate, is another piece of the puzzle that many don't know about. This vitamin helps your body create new cells and make DNA. Studies show that men with low folate levels often have lower testosterone too. Dark leafy greens, beans, and some breads have this vitamin, but many men don't get enough from their diet alone. Your emotional health plays a big part too. The brain is actually the most important sex organ. Research shows that depression can lower testosterone by up to 17%, even if you don't feel sad all the time. Sometimes depression shows up as feeling flat or just not caring about things you used to enjoy, including sex. Anxiety works the same way, keeping your body in a state of high alert that makes relaxation and pleasure harder to achieve. What about exercise? Studies show that men who exercise regularly have testosterone levels up to 30% higher than those who don't. But not all exercise is equal. Weight training seems to help the most, while too much long-distance running can actually lower testosterone levels. Finding the right balance is key. What do you think about all this? Let me know in the comments below. Do you know how much alcohol affects your hormones? Even moderate drinking, 2 drinks per day, can lower testosterone by 6 to 7%. Heavier drinking does even more damage. The liver breaks down both alcohol and hormones, and when it's busy with alcohol, hormone levels drop. This might be why that extra glass of wine to set the mood sometimes has the opposite effect. Looking at all this science makes one thing clear. Low desire usually has more than one cause. It's rarely just age, or just testosterone, or just stress. Most often, it's a mix of physical, emotional, and lifestyle factors that add up over time. The good thing about this is that making changes in several small areas often works better than trying to fix just one thing. When it comes to fixing low desire, there are both benefits and things to be careful about. Let's first clear up some common myths. Many men believe that low desire means there's something wrong with their manhood, or that they're less of a man. This simply isn't true. Changes in desire are a normal part of aging for most men. Another myth is that nothing can be done about it. In fact, there are many ways to improve your situation. Some men worry that talking about this problem means admitting weakness. The truth is that talking about it, especially with a doctor, is often the first step toward feeling better. Many men suffer in silence for years because of embarrassment, when they could have been enjoying a better quality of life all along. For those considering testosterone replacement, it's important to know both sides. The benefits can include better sex drive, more energy, improved mood, and stronger muscles. Some men report feeling like themselves again within weeks of starting treatment. However, there are also risks to think about. These can include a higher chance of blood clots, sleep apnea getting worse, and possible effects on prostate health. That's why a doctor needs to check you regularly if you start this treatment. What happens over time if you don't deal with low desire? For many men, it leads to relationship problems. Partners may feel rejected or unloved, not understanding that the lack of interest isn't about them. This misunderstanding can lead to arguments, distance, and sometimes the end of relationships. Your partner might wonder if you're seeing someone else or if you don't find them attractive anymore. Clear communication about what's happening in your body can help prevent these misunderstandings. Beyond relationships, ongoing low desire can affect your overall happiness and sense of well-being. Sex isn't just about physical pleasure. It's tied to feelings of confidence, connection, and joy in life. Men who address their low desire often report improvements in many areas of life, not just in the bedroom. There are practical solutions that don't involve medication. Regular exercise, especially strength training 2 to 3 times per week, can naturally boost testosterone by 15 to 20%. Better sleep habits make a big difference too. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day helps balance your hormones. Cutting back on alcohol and quitting smoking can improve blood flow to all parts of your body, including those involved in sexual function. Diet plays a bigger role than many realize. Foods rich in zinc like oysters, crab, and red meat can help support hormone production. Healthy fats from avocados, olive oil, and nuts give your body the building blocks it needs to make testosterone. Dark chocolate contains compounds that help blood flow and can improve mood, both good for desire. Stress management needs to be part of your plan too. When your body is always in fight or flight mode, it can't switch to rest and enjoy mode easily. Simple breathing exercises, spending time in nature, or doing things you enjoy can lower stress hormones and make room for desire to return. Have you tried taking just 10 minutes each day to fully relax and clear your mind? Many men find this small habit makes a surprising difference in how they feel overall. The most important advice I can give you is this: don't ignore changes in your desire. These changes are your body's way of telling you something needs attention. Making an appointment with your doctor is a good first step. Ask for blood tests that check not just testosterone, but also thyroid function, vitamin D levels, and other important markers. Bring a list of all medications you take, since many can affect desire without you realizing it. While working with your doctor, there are daily habits that can make a big difference. Morning sunlight for 15 to 20 minutes helps set your body's hormone clock and boosts vitamin D. Regular movement throughout the day keeps blood flowing well. Even taking short walks after meals can help balance blood sugar, which affects hormone levels. Drinking enough water is surprisingly important too, since even mild dehydration can lower testosterone by 10 to 15%. Connection with others matters just as much as physical habits. Spending quality time with friends, family, and especially your partner creates feelings of belonging and happiness that support healthy desire. Touch is powerful medicine. Hugging, holding hands, and non-sexual touch can gradually rebuild the pathway to sexual interest. If you start making these changes, what can you expect? Most men notice small improvements within 2 to 3 weeks. Energy levels typically improve first, followed by mood, and then gradually, sexual interest begins to return. Full improvements may take 3 to 6 months, especially if hormone levels need time to rebalance. Be patient with yourself during this process. Your body needs time to heal and adjust. Remember that sexuality changes as you age, but it doesn't have to disappear. Many men report that their intimate relationships actually improve with age because they focus more on connection and less on performance. With the right support for your body and mind, you can continue to enjoy this important part of life for many years to come. Taking action now means giving yourself the gift of better health, stronger relationships, and more joy in all aspects of life. Like and subscribe if you're committed to becoming the healthiest version of yourself. Thanks for watching.